Well, hello, fellow pickers. I'm glad to be back with you. I want to share a bunch of items that I picked up this past week at auction. Got a lot of great items, got a great auction. Do have a good auction story to tell you in just a little bit after I show you some items. And I also want to share with you, I had mentioned previously that I wanted to go back to the basics. And so I want to share with you one thing today and in this video, and I'll continue in the future videos to get back to the basics on a few items. I'd like to start with one item in just a minute. There we go. Earlier in the week, I went by the thrift store and I found this for $2. $2 in the thrift store. This is a Canonette QL17. You can check out the prices on that. It's in great condition. Has the case. The case has seen its better days as far as the outside of it, but it does its purpose. It's in really great shape. $2 for that. Minimum, I'm going to pull $75 for that camera. That if you redo the light seal on it, they range on up there probably around $150, $170. But like I say, minimum, I'll get a $75. I wanted to show you something before I get to the auction items. A friend of mine traded. I mentioned, I showed you last week the little gold football I had gotten. And my friend called me. Well, I actually saw this sign. And I called him up, said, hey, how about we do some trading? And he said, well, you know, he said, I've been eyeballing that little that knife with a little gold football on it. He said, and I'd like to do a trade. I'll trade you that sign and a clarinet. It's got a clarinet, and I sell a lot of instruments, and he knows that. And so I got this sign and a clarinet for the little knife, which is a really great trade. I have never seen a Big Chief metal sign. It's rough. It looks rough, but you know what? To me, it looks just like it ought to look as far as its age and all. Just a great metal sign. This is a keeper for me. It's not going anywhere. I will actually, you know, I mentioned I only paid $7 for that knife. I ended up with this and the clarinet. That I'll be selling that clarinet for about $135. I'm sure I'll get that. But anyway, just a great sign. Good trade. That's a keeper for me. I have a number of the Big Chief bottles. All right, let's get to the auction. Well, I'll share a story in a minute. Picked up a lot of table. They had some table. They had a bunch of stuff on tables and sold table lots. There we go. I'll get there. This was on there. I didn't. You do a check on eBay on these things. Every single one of them sells. There's none of them that are in the red for not selling. They all sell in the green. Now, not for big dollars. That's the thought. When you've got an item like this, I won't put this on there for cheap. Some of these are going for, you know, the majority of them, honestly, are going for fairly cheap. $9, $15. Some of them $6 and $7. But if they're selling, if every last one of them are selling, why put them up there cheap? Put it up there at a decent price. Obviously, demand is out there for these things. In case you don't know what those are, they're coasters. Here's a good picture of what they do. They slide up on the glass. Isn't that a neat little item? I'm going to try to move a little bit faster. I saw a box that had a bunch of ornaments on a table of a bunch of stuff. I ended up with a lot more than I'm going to show you today. But this was in that box of Christmas ornaments, and it had Christmas ornaments in it, and nobody was paying attention to this. Check out what these just the boxes are going for. I'm going to get $59. I'm going to ask $59, $69 for this box, and I will get it. Just a great box. Somebody out there is wanting that box. Picked up a nice Coleman water cooler. It's in tremendous condition. This one is marked on the bottom, 1980. All the Coleman stuff, you can find out what the date is on the bottom. And the same lot as those Christmas ornaments. That is an old car siren. Fire chief or a police officer, somebody had this on the top of their car. It's a siren. Check out what sirens are going for. I only paid like $25 for the whole table. Picked up this, was actually on another table. I paid a little bit more for this table. I paid $30. They're patches. I've already taken the patches and things out. There's nothing in there to show you. All right. I'll show you that in a minute when I get down to the bottom of my box here. Picked up, here we go. Check this out. Paid $22 for this. And this, you folks out in California have seen that particular bottle, I'm sure. But Nesbitt's of California, 1938 bottle was in it. And also had a little statue, little lava man statue. If I can get that out here, I've already wrapped him up a little bit. Anyway, made from lava in Hawaii. This was in here. I paid $22 for this. This is a little Coca Cola rack that would have gone on the side of a shopping cart. As you can see, enjoy Coca Cola while you shop. That is a great little piece. These sell, just the sign sells for about 60, 70 bucks. Just a great find. That's actually, I'm not going to keep that one. I like it. Anyway, moving right along. I probably paid a little too much for this, but it's a Abu Garcia reel. I think I got $20 in it. I won't get a whole lot more out of that. Kind of got into a bidding war with another guy. Don't get into bidding wars with older guys who fish all the time. They know what they're looking at. But I paid $22 for it. I'll get my money and make a little profit. I had not previously looked at this. I knew it was Abu Garcia. It's a good you know, $22 for a good Abu Garcia reel is not bad money at all. I'm just saying, but without having looked at it prior, before that, I won't get much more than that out of it. So I won't lose money, but I won't be making a bunch. Another item, just wanted to share with you, we all make mistakes. There's a good reason to look at everything before you go bidding on it, and don't just jump in there bidding. I should have looked at this. I knew better, but I will, again, I'm not going to buy something I won't get my money out of. Usually I rarely will do that, but I did buy this. As you know, that's a little salesman sample of an old stove, and it has all the little parts to it. But this is a repop. It's a repop. Now, I paid, I think, right at $20 for it, and I'll get my money out of it and make slight profit off of it. But had it been original with all that, I'd have done a whole lot better. But not looking at it, had I looked at it, I probably wouldn't have bid on it at all. Just throwing that out there for you. Another item that was on the table that I didn't really know what I had, because there's a lot of McCoy pots, and that's what this is. Got the little saw on it. Got the got an axe on it and everything. Just a cool little pot. You can see. I've never run across this particular one. It's not. I mean, it's fairly common. There's the McCoy name right there. It's actually a little common, but I'm in that. I got it out of a table thing that I paid like $2.50 for, so I can't go wrong there. Here's an item I'm not going to go wrong with. It's dirty. All this, the black that you see on this, it will clean right up. I'll get it lit up and get it cleaned up. It's actually in pretty good shape. Doesn't look it right now, but it is. And I paid another $22.50. I paid a lot, $22.50 ones. But anyway, this was the only one I saw on eBay. It sold for about $80, so I'll do well with that. I'm going to try to move a little quicker. Don't want to have a long video for you. This is a Model A2 hermetic analyzer. This was toward the end of the auction, and I picked that up. I paid $17 for it. I'll probably get about 60 bucks for it. All right, moving along. Got a frog on another table. Picked this up again, part of a table lot. I mean, I've just had little or nothing in it. This is a Westinghouse electric can opener. Has never been used. Still in the package. Has all the paperwork inside. Great item to find. Old vintage stuff like that. I did pick up this Yashica camera. This is not the high dollar one, but it will sell. This was in a lot, so I'm in it at maybe $1. I'll probably get about $20 for that. All right. Another thing on the table. This is says, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Property of the U.S. government. I didn't even see that on there until like last night. I was looking through some stuff. Anyway, this is a Taylor heat cold thermometer. I don't even know what these are used for, but they're for something important. So anyway, there's a little money in that one. Here's a neat item that I picked up. I paid too much for, but I've never seen one quite like it. Anybody know what this is? I'll tell you, I paid $55 for it. It is a candle lantern, and it goes on a carriage. It would have sat on a carriage. Actually, this one would have sat on the front side like this, where the light would have shown out this side and out the front, and then you got a red in the back. It has all the original glass, the curved glass on the side, which I've never seen. I may have overpaid on that because carriage lamps don't go for that high. The candle would have gone down in here. You pull this apart. There's a spring. You put a candle in it, and the candle keeps the spring keeps the candle moving up as it burns off. So anyway, but that's what that is. Vintage lantern there. All right. But this is a great item. It was I found on a table lot. I didn't pay, but again, $20 for the whole table. This is a first aid kit, and it's all in there. I'm not going to take it out, but the roll looks brand spanking new. It's got everything, but like one would have been in like a medicine bottle type thing, liquid, so it was taken out. But everything else is in there. Just a great item. See if you can find another one like it. There's only one that I've seen. What else? Oh, here we go. These were in that box that I paid for. This is a widow's medal. The Masons. And there's a old Boy Scout patch. Where are we at? There we are. Another old Boy Scout patch. And another old Boy Scout patch. Alright. Those items over there. I think there's another box. I hope I'm moving fast enough for y'all. Sorry. This has MIR. I've not checked into it yet, but that is an old railroad lock key, brass key. Check out what those go for. That's a cool item. I picked up these ashtrays. All right, picked up 2 ashtrays. Check those out. That upside down. There you go. Cool beans. Both made. These are by B&B, made in the USA. Got that pair. They're in great shape. Those are going to sell well. An item that I didn't realize I had till later. This is made in occupied Japan. Usually you'll find these without the top. Tops are broken. This is complete. It'll clean up nicely. Good little item that I found. Didn't realize I even had that. All right. I hope just about. I think I've gotten everything presented to you that I got. That I have with me. I got a whole lot more. I ended up with a vintage table and chairs in beautiful condition. White chairs, white table, and I paid $35 for those. I'll double my money on them. So I went to this auction, and I'll be honest with you, it's the most disorganized auction I have ever been to. The auctioneer, bless his heart, he couldn't hear, and so he'd say $5, $5, $5, and everybody out there is hollering, or he's asking for 10, and everybody's hollering, for 10. $10, $10, and putting their hands up and cards up. He couldn't even see them, and I couldn't tell you how many times they messed up, taking one person's bid when somebody else thought they had it, and the ringman had somebody, and then the guy who took his place wasn't any better. He couldn't hear either, and so people are sitting there hollering out. I did it several times, $10, and they're still looking out for a bid anywhere, and they can't hear you or see you. It was interesting to say the least, but it was a fun auction. It was 2 estates. One estate had been brought over to another house estate, and they were living estates, and just a great auction. A lot of junk and a lot of really good stuff mixed in the junk. That's my kind of auction. Just a lot of stuff to dig through. Had a great time doing that. I do want to share one quick thing. I just want to ask a question. It is for the basics of picking. I just want to ask one question. Why are you doing it? You got to start with that before you do anything else. Why are you picking? You need to know that. Are you picking because you want to make a little extra money? Are you picking because you want to make it your business, make it into a business? Are you picking as a hobby? You need to decide which one it is. Now, it's, for me, I'll just tell you, for me, partly, there's a slight bit of hobby in it, but for the most part, my main reason for picking is I want to make extra money on the side of what I do. I am a music and youth minister first, and I serve my church first. And after that, to make extra money on the side for my family. That is why I pick. And so if I keep that in mind, everything that I do is going to fall in order. You need to ask yourself that question. Could be you're not making money because you're not sure why you're doing it. You're more of a hobby than anything else. You get in trouble if it's more of a hobby and you're wanting it to be a business. If you're wanting it to be a business, but you're acting like it's more of a hobby, you're not going to be making the money because you're going to end up keeping too much stuff. It's fine to keep stuff to an extent, but you need to know that you're making money first. And the stuff that I keep, I cull off the top. That's the collecting part of me. I do cull things off the top. You can look at my wall. I've got things up there. Things that I do keep, but I'm not going to keep to the point where I can't make money because my number one goal is on the side of what I do as a music youth minister is to make extra money for my family. So I have to keep that in mind. You need to ask yourself that same question. Why are you picking? Hey, it's been great talking with you. Hope you have a great day. Love God, love others.